We back for here another live. The Crown Prince of Compton is here, aka Jimmy Chick, aka Jay Legend, aka the best in business. I'm here talking about the the third round of the NFL draft. Third round of the NFL draft. Now talking about the third round NFL draft. We had the Titans. But I'm gonna get everything set up. Titans is on the clock for the fourth round. The pick is in. It's like the pick is in for the Titans. We waiting on the pick. The pick is in. Yeah, the best available players is quarterback Shador Sanders, Daylon Simpson, and Jack Sawyer. We're gonna have to see how the drive falls. But yeah, the pick is in. Or are we still waiting for the draft? We trying to we want to let the Titans go on. Now they definitely ain't going for no Shador Sanders. Somebody else gonna pick him up. Jacksonville might go for a quarterback. This is a fourth round, but they really don't ain't messing with Shador. But somebody gonna pick him up because he was rejected to be a first round pick. You know, I didn't think he was first round talent. I thought he was maybe a second round talent. Cam Ward probably the only quarterback that should have went in the first round. But we seeing the pick is in. I mean, Chime Dyke, wide receiver from Florida. Jacksonville Jaguars is on the clock. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they fired Doug Peterson, Jacksonville Jaguars, because Jacksonville been trash, and I don't even really thought they should have gave that quarterback that they got, Trevor, and that money. I don't think they should have got that quarterback. They got that money. Yeah, he's not that good. Jacksonville on the clock. The pick is in. Next is the Giants. And they need is inside O lineman, O tackle, linebacker, and cornerback. Then next is New England Patriots. Got about six more picks into the Eagles. But the pick is in. Brandon Tatum, running back. The Giants is on the clock. New England Patriots needs his edge, tight end, DL, defensive tackle. Best fits, Dayline Walker, DL, Jack Sawyer, edge, and CJ West, DL. Wait for the Giants to. All right, the pick is in. Cam Skater Boo, running back out of Arizona for the Giants. New England's on the clock. And Cam Skater Boo, he a real physical back. So yeah, I seen his highlights. Either I wouldn't pick him at the Eagles because he's not fast. He's not necessarily my type, but he's physical. He has some good highlights. But he's a real fit. He's not a speed back. He just a power back, a slow power back. That's the pick is in for New England. You got Devontae Walker, Jack Stewart, C.J. West, best available fit. You see who they pick. And Las Vegas Raiders is next. And they needs is inside O lineman, safety, DL, wide receiver. The pick is in. Next to Jacksonville Jaguars. They best available pick is Daylon Walker, C.J. West, Joshua Foreman. All right, the pick is in for New England. Craig Wilson with safety from Cal. All right. Jacksonville's on the clock. Best row they needs is tight end, safety, DL, linebacker. Best fits: Dallin Walker, CJ and DL, and Joshua Horn DL. The pick is in for Jacksonville. Next is the Raiders. The pick is in for the Jacksonville is still on the clock. The pick is in. Next is the Raiders. They best available with Dan Walker, CJ West, and Zaire Bond, wide receiver. And they needs is O lineman, safety, DL, and wide receiver. All right. Chicago Bears is on the clock. The Raiders is about to have the pick is in for the Raiders. And the update, Jacksonville Jaguars pick linebacker Jack Kisser out of Notre Dame. All right. The pick is in for the Raiders. Chicago Bears is next. They best available fifth is Jack Sorrell, Edge, Jared Ivory, Miss Brandon Swing. Then you got the Jets, and then follow that the Eagles. Raiders on the clock. Tick tock. All right. The pick is in. Dante Thornton Jr., wide receiver out of Tennessee, got chosen by the Raiders. Now the Chicago Bears is on the clock. Yeah, I hope we get Jack Sawyer. Yeah, I think that'd be a good pickup if the Bears or the Jets don't pick him. The pick is in for Chicago Bears. We still waiting on an update, but yeah, I hope the Eagles get Jack Sawyer. Yeah, I hope they don't get an edge rusher. I don't even think the Jets even need an edge rusher. I hope Chicago don't get an edge rusher. Oh, Buffalo Bills have made their trade. They trade places, and then their pick is in. Buffalo just traded for pick 109. Jets is going to be on the clock. Jets is on the clock now. About to see was I was kind of glad. Yeah, it looked like we're gonna get Sawyer. Yeah, the Bills need a wide receiver. Buffalo got Deontay Walker, DL, defensive lineman. Jets on the clock. Jets on the clock. Jets is on the clock. Next is the Eagles. They best available is C.J. West, DL, Isaiah Bond, wide receiver, Jalen Royal, wide receiver. And they needs wide receiver, DL, O lineman, cornerback. Followed by the Eagles. Their best needs DL, tight end, wide receiver, and edge. Jets is on the clock. The actually Eagles gonna be on the clock. I think the pick is in for the Jets. Pick is in for the Jets. Pick is in for the Jets. Phillies on the clock next. Hoping it ain't Jack Sawyer. Yeah. Pick is in for the Jets. Yo, the Jets pick is in. All right, the pick is in. Arian Smith, wide receiver, UGK for the Jets. We're gonna see with Eagles pick. I hope they get Jack Sawyer. Because he was projected to be a second round pick. Yeah, they gotta go edge rusher on this. Eagles on the clock. The pick is in. Saints, yeah, they on the clock. They needs his wide receiver, cornerback, linebacker, O line. Best fits: Isaiah Bond, wide receiver, Texas. Jalen Royal, wide receiver, and Brennan Rome. Eagles chose Ty Robinson, DL Nebraska. I would have went Sawyer, but I knew they was either gonna go edge or D line. But I think that was the last. All them other guys developed, but the draft is so deep with edge. I think their next pick probably gonna be either edge or tight end. And now New Orleans Saints is on the clock. followed by the 49ers, and they need an O lineman, O tackle, edge, and running back. Biggest in for New Orleans Saints. San Francisco 49ers on the clock. Best bits Jack Sawyer. Needs O lineman, OT, edge, and running back. I bet you he was most likely gonna get the edge probably in the fifth round. True, they might get Gutter him. All right, pick is in Danny Stunts, linebacker. And 49ers is on the clock. Needs is O lineman, O tackle, edge, running back. Jack Sawyer's edge. Jared Ivory edge. Edge. All right, pick is in. Carolina clock. Yeah, they need his cornerback, tight end, linebacker, safety. And their best fits is Cone, cornerback, Frazier, cornerback, and Gunnar Him. All right, their pick is in CJ West for the 49ers. Carolina's on the clock and the pick is in. Arizona the next. They need his edge, linebacker, safety, O-line. Carolina, their pick is in. Arizona's on the clock. Arizona is on the clock. Then it's the Dolphins. They need his cornerback, safety, tight end, linebacker. But I see Jack Sawyer still on the board. But I think the Eagles might go tight end in this round. Yes, it's Hunter Him still on there. But let's go. Yeah. Pig is in. Dolphins is on the clock. But the pick is in with the Cardinals. Jack Sawyer is still on the board. Jared Ivory, Ole Miss. Brandon Swinson, Edge. All right, the pick is in. Corey Simon, linebacker. Miami Dolphins best fit. Bellin Cone, Zach Frazier, Gunnar Hill, tight end. He run like a video game. But yeah, the highlights. That's the highlights that Trevon, the running back out of UGA. He run like a video game figure, like a video game character. All right, Houston is on the clock, and after that you got Indianapolis. All right, Houston, Texas. Houston's on the clock. Indianapolis is next. Their best fits is Joshua Foreman, DL, FSU, Miles Frazier is a lineman, Aaron Peoples, Marina Peoples, DL. I thought Marina Peoples, he's going the fifth round. I thought he would go the fifth round. It's a little early for him because he projected to go the fifth round. The pick is in for the Texans. Guess see what the pick is. You got the Falcons next. The Falcons next. Yeah. The Los Angeles Rams are on the clock now. Then next is the Falcons, where they need a O lineman, D line, cornerback, and wide receiver. The pick is in. Houston Texans are Woody Marks, running back USC. I don't know too much about Woody Marks, but he might be a solid back. All right, Los Angeles Rams on the clock. The pick about to come in pretty soon. We've got about 13 picks until the Eagles again. All right, the pick is in for the Rams. Jacquees Hunter, running back out of Auburn. Another back coming out. He's a short back. Another back. This draft got a lot of short backs. This kind of been like a running back and D line draft. And there's going to be a lot of offensive linemen coming out of the fifth round. And the pick is in for the Falcons. Cincinnati and the Bengals on the clock. And their needs are cornerback, DL, safety, running back. Best fits: Behan Combs, cornerback; Joshua Former, DL; Zach Frazier, cornerback. The pick is in for Atlanta, Billy Bowens Jr., safety. He ran around before. I thought he was going. I thought he projected to go like fifth round. Yeah, they reached. Yeah, they reached. Our pick is in. Bills select Barrett Corner, linebacker out of Clemson. The pick is in for the Tennessee Titans. Next is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, they need is linebacker, edge, tight safety. Best fit: Jack Sawyer, edge, Jared, edge. Bronny Swim, edge. I think the Eagles figured they could get an edge. You can get an edge up into the fifth round. That's how I figured. The pick is in for Tennessee. Tampa Bay Buccaneers waiting on the pick is in. Gunnar Helm, Tennessee Titans. And Ty Robinson, I picked him one time in my mock draft once. The pick is in for the Buccaneers. Carolina Panthers is on the clock now. Corner that needs cornerback, tight end, linebacker, safety. Best fits. We got Combs, Zach Frazier, cornerback, Denzel Burks, cornerback. Then after that is the Pittsburgh Steelers when they needs is cornerback, offensive tackle, safety, wide receiver. Waiting on this pick. But I still see what who the Eagles want to pick. And that's crazy. Shador Sanders might not have an agent. I said, what's going on? Shador Sanders don't got no agent. That is crazy. The Carolina Panthers is on the and they pick his in. Now Pittsburgh Steelers is on the clock. Next is the Packers. You got about like 5 more picks till the Eagles. Maybe 7 more picks until the Eagles. But then the Packers, they need to DL cornerback, edge, and no tackle. Pittsburgh on the clock. And the pick is in for the Panthers, Lathan Ransom, safety. But he's like more of a box safety. Yeah, he's like a box safety. And the Bucks had David Walker. I think he got picked early. I think they reached for him because he rejected to go in the 5th round. That was a big reach. You got him in the middle of the 4. That was a big reach. You picked him. He's about to go. He's supposed to go like mid mid 5th round. Yeah. The pick is in for Pittsburgh. The Packers is next. They needs DL cornerback, edge, and no tackle. Then is the Chargers inside tight end, edge, and cornerback. But yeah, that's crazy. Shador don't got no agent. He better hope he don't go undrafted. Cause that'd be a shame. That dude gonna go. He go undrafted. That'd be just crazy. But people were saying he did terrible in the interview, but he's still a good player. So what? He ain't say the questions how you want him to say. But I bet you he know how to play football, and he know how to lead the team. And he showed that in college football. But the pick is in for the Steelers. Steelers, there's no way where a Steelers shouldn't pick Shador. If they don't pick, yeah, they pick Jackson Sawyer. Because Steelers still need a quarterback. Jack Sawyer off the board. Yeah, who the Eagles gonna get? Jack Sawyer off the board. Green Bay Packers. Yeah, they on the clock. Then after that's the Chargers, and they needs are O lineman, tight end, edge rusher, and cornerback. I thought the Steelers gonna at least get Shador. They still need a quarterback. Yeah, you can't say Shador is the worst quarterback in this draft class. He was technically the second best quarterback in this draft. I thought at worst he was a second round pick. It's fifth. It's the fourth round. He still haven't got picked. That chunk is crazy. All right, pick is in for the Packers, and the Chargers is on the clock. All right, the pick is in. The pick is in for the Packers. Chargers next. All right, the pick is in for the Packers. Brandon Sowell, edge. I believe they're going edge in this round. Because who they going to pick on tight end in this round? You be crazy reaching. Your Cleveland Browns is on the clock. And the pick is in for the Chargers. Next is the Colts, and they need his linebacker, DL, running back. All right, the Browns is next. But the pick is in for the Chargers. Browns needs his running back, offensive line, wide receiver, and DL. Waiting for the Chargers pick. And best fits for Cleveland is Logan Brown, Booty, Isaiah Bond, wide receiver, and Jalen Rivera, wide receiver. Or Browns is on the clock, waiting for the Chargers pick. Then after that, we got the Colts, where they needs is O line, linebacker, DL, running back. The pick is in for the Chargers, Cal Kennard, edge. Now, Cleveland Browns, the pick is in. Colts is on the clock now. They needs is O lineman, linebacker, DL, running back. With their best fits, Joshua Foreman, DL, Miles Frazier, O lineman, and Rita Peoples. D line. Then after that, it's the Commanders. We still waiting for the Browns. But that's crazy. Shador, the yeah, he still haven't got picked yet. Dylan Sampson, running back out of Tennessee, he got picked by the Browns. The Colts is on the clock. Next is the Commanders. And they needs is edge, safeties, running backs, and O line. Then it's the Ravens. And the pick is in for the Colts. Now Commanders are on the clock. They needs is edge, safety, running back, O line. And let's see who the Commanders pick. The pick is in for the Commanders. Baltimore Ravens is on the clock. They need his O line, cornerback, DL, linebacker. Then the Eagles is next with their needs: DL, tight end, wide receiver, edge. The pick is in for the Commanders: Jalen Lane, wide receiver. Baltimore's on the clock. Then the Eagles is next. Then the New Orleans Saints, where their needs is wide receiver, cornerback, linebacker, O lineman. Let's go. But that's crazy. Shador still haven't got paid. It's the fourth round. Yeah, Eagles on the clock. New Orleans Saints is after that. And the pick is in for Baltimore. Going hard in Baltimore. New Orleans New Orleans Saints needs his wide receiver, cornerback, linebacker, O lineman. Going hard in Baltimore. I'm gonna go hard in Baltimore. I'm gonna go hard in Baltimore. Yeah, but it's too crazy. He still haven't got picked. We gotta see what Baltimore does. Baltimore on the clock. No, actually, Eagles are on the clock. Baltimore pick is in. The Eagles traded their pick to the Jets. They traded their pick to the fifth. I guess they're gonna get an edge rusher in the fifth. The Eagles so far they did a lot of trade. They traded out of the first round. Jets is on the clock, and the pick is in for Baltimore. They went hard. Teddy Benucci, linebacker from Cal. Jets is on the clock. They got the Eagles pick at 130. Now New Orleans. And Chicago needs his cornerback, safety, kicker, edge. Or the Pickens in for the Jets. Or Jets in Malachi Moore, cornerback, Alabama. Saints is on the clock. Next is the Bears, followed by the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bears on the clock. New Orleans Saints pick is in. The pick is in. The pick is in. And I guess the Eagles, when they traded out, I guess they ain't see nothing because they got rid of they got Jack Sawyer earlier. I knew he was gonna go. I said down trade up for him. I thought they were gonna pick Jack Sawyer. But I knew first year they were gonna go D tackle, D lineman, safety, and right up the middle, and linebacker. The pick is in for the Saints. Quincy Riley, cornerback, out of Louisville. Chicago is on the clock. Next is Chiefs. But they needs running back, O lineman, safety, wide receiver. Followed by the Broncos. Yeah, but it's fourth round. It's fifth round. We about to go into the fifth round. All right, the pick is in for the Bears. Ruben Hipmickle two. Hipmickle the second linebacker out of Maryland, and the Chiefs is on the clock, followed by the Denver Broncos, which they need a safety, O lineman, punter, and cornerback, followed by the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's let's go. I wonder what pick the Eagles got. See what pick the Eagles got. Okay. I'll go with him. The Eagles got 145. Okay. So they basically picking almost every 5 picks. But they got a long 145. Next they pick 165. Then 168. Broncos is on the clock. The Kansas City the Chiefs. The pick is in. And Broncos needs a safety, O lineman, punter, cornerback. Best fits: Beetle Cone, Miles Frazier, O lineman, Zach Frazier, cornerback. Followed by the Raiders. Needs is O lineman, safety, DL, wide receiver. But the Eagles trade back to pick 1 to 45. So we gonna see who they get then, because they gotta pick somebody in the fifth line. They picked one player in the fourth. They had 2 picks in the fourth. I think they wanted Gunnar Helm, but he got picked, so they were like, just trade back. All right, the pick is in for the Chiefs. Jalen Royal, wide receiver. Denver Broncos is on the clock. followed by the Raiders. Then after that, Baltimore Ravens. But yeah, the Eagles they trade back into the fifth round. I gotta see what they who they get. Yeah, that's but they nailed a lot of these picks. They got to be great for Ty Robinson. That was a solid pick. Yeah, they almost out of the fourth round. The pick is in from the Broncos. Raiders is on the clock. Followed by Baltimore. They need his O lineman, cornerback, DL, linebacker. And Seattle needs his wide receiver, corner, DL, offensive tackle. And San Francisco needs his O lineman, offensive tackle, edge, running back. Waiting for the pick me in about the Broncos, but this crazy Shador still ain't get picked. It's a chance Shador might go undrafted. Reeves on the clock. Pick is in for the Broncos. They got Quet Robinson, edge rusher, Alabama. For the Broncos, Raiders on the clock. Followed by Baltimore, going hard like Baltimore. I'm gonna go hard like Baltimore. I'm gonna go hard like Baltimore. So yeah, the Raiders pick is in. About to go hard on Baltimore. Baltimore. Baltimore's on the clock. Next is Seattle. They need I already said they need cornerback DL off of the tackle. But they on the clock. San Francisco needs his O lineman, O tackle, edge, running back. Let's go. Let's go. You gotta get hype. You probably need to put on a little bit of weight. All right, we waiting for it to end of the round. All right, the pick is in. Raiders tackle Hemingway, DL, South Carolina. Baltimore on the clock. Baltimore is on the clock. On the clock. Going harder than Baltimore. Go harder than Baltimore. Let's go. The pick is in for Tennessee. Pick is in for Tennessee. Seattle's next. And they best fit is low round. Offensive tackle, Isaiah Bond, wide receiver, Cameron Williams, offensive tackle. Tennessee on the clock. No, the pick is in for Tennessee. Now the Seahawks is on the clock. All right, the clock. The pick is in. Illick and Oyoyo, wide receiver, Stanford. Seattle's on the clock. The pick is in for the Patriots. The pick is in for the Patriots. 49ers on the clock. All right. Pick is in. The pick is in. For the Patriots, the pick is in. 49ers on the clock. Tick tock. All right. The Patriots selected Joshua Form, DL from SFU. And the 49ers is on the clock. Yeah, the pick is in for 49ers. It's about to be the end of the round. You got a guy that's calling the pick from Brazil. 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 There are 49s on the clock. The name pick is in. The end the round. The end the fourth round. Minnesota's on the clock. Jordan Walker's wide receiver for the 49ers. All right. The pick is in for the Minnesota Vikings. Let's go. Carolina's on the clock. Eagles picking at 145. You gotta see who they get. Minnesota pick is in. waiting for Carolina pick to be in, and Minnesota's pick was Tyler Ingram Dawkins, DL, UGA, University of Georgia. Cam Jackson, they crazy reach for Cam Jackson. He projected to go like 6 or 7 rounds. That's a crazy reach for the Panthers. That's a crazy reach. Yeah, he's supposed to go at like the beginning of the 6th round. That's a crazy reach. So they Cam Jordan off the board. We gotta look at the best valued players. George still on the board. Jade Ivory, Brandon, Logan Brown, J.A. Harold Cross. Yeah, he rejected to go like 3rd round. Xavier Repo. Yeah, I like Raheem Sanders, but he rejected to go 11th round. 6, 7 round. Yeah, I want to see who the Eagles go for at edge or a tight end. Baltimore's on the clock. No, actually, they pick is in. Minnesota Vikings is on the clock. They need a safety linebacker and DL. Cornerback. The Pickens in, Carson Vinsel, offensive tackle, Alabama A&M. Seattle with the Pickens in. But the Pickens in for Seattle. Miami Dolphins is on the clock. Followed by Seattle, then the Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champions. No, the Pickens in for Seattle, Riley Mills, D lineman from Notre Dame. Dolphins is on the clock. Dolphins pick is in. Seattle on the clock. Needs is wide receiver, cornerback, DL, offensive lineman. That Cam Jackson trade, that was a big reach. Jordan Phillips, DL. All right, the pick is in for the Browns. Now the Eagles is on the clock. Needs a DL, tight end, wide receiver, edge. You gotta see who they get. The pick is in for the Browns. See who the Eagles pick. Most likely they're gonna go edge. I don't see them. I don't see them getting no tight end at this point in the draft. Darren Furley got picked in the second round. Yeah, he's a terrible blocker. Yeah, he's not big enough. Yeah, we most likely gonna draft a blocking tight end. Browns is still on the clock. Well, actually, Eagles is on the clock. Browns haven't given it the pick yet. Shadera Sanders. About time they finally chose him. About time they finally chose him. They waited until the fifth round. That cost that man a lot of money. And then they was gonna pick him anyway. They could have picked him in the second round. Eagles is on the clock. He projecting to go in the fifth round. Jake, not a good blocker. All right. See who the Eagles pick. They're on the clock. Mac Williams, cornerback at US. Okay. Yeah, and it seeming like they was trying to make Shador losing money on purpose. He lost a lot of money. They acting like Shador Sanders the only one that took sacks. Cam Ward took a lot of sacks. The pick is in for the Patriots. But yeah, they cost that man that type of money. He should have been a second round pick. He going to a terrible organization. New England's on and the 49ers is on the clock. The pick is in for New England. Patriots select that Brandon Swanson edge rusher. That was a good pickup, that Mac Williams. It's not a bad pickup. You got a cornerback in the 5th round. I gotta do some. All right. Who the Patriots got on the clock? But they got the edge. 49ers is on the clock. I'm trying to see more about this Mac Jones guy. Mac Williams. Mac. No, there go Mac Williams. Cornerback 5'10". But he's more of a slot corner. Yeah, they kind of reach for him too. They in the 5th round. Yeah, they heavy reach. He projected to go 7. They really reach. Why did you even reach for him? That was a reach. He projected to go 7th round. It's 5th round. Yeah, they reach for him. People, yeah, they could have got him probably in the 6th round. Yeah, they really reach. It's a real reach. Well, CBS gave him a B grade. But I guess it's stopping now. All right. So now the 49ers got Jordan Jones, running back. I like him. But he's supposed to go late. He's supposed to go like sixth round. Ty Hamilton, D line. Now the Cowboys is on the board. Yeah, they really reached for him. Yeah, he's supposed to go like sixth round. That's a crazy reach. Cowboys is on the clock. No, actually, the Dolphins is on the clock, and the pick is in for the Cowboys. Jalen Blue, the Dallas Cowboys got they finally got them a running back. Dallas finally got them a running back. Lord, the pick is in for the Dolphins. He's pick 161. So they got about like 9 more picks. The Colts is next. They out and they need O lineman, linebacker, DL, running back. Yeah, they got some golf Brooks is a female. Got Reba McIntyre looking female. Yeah, doing they picks. Dolphins got Jason Marshall, junior cornerback out of Florida. In Indianapolis Colts on the clock. Next is Carl and the Cardinals. They need edge. All right. Cardinals is on the clock. Vic is in for the Colts. And the Dolphins got Jason Marshall, cornerback. The pick is in for the Colts. Arizona Cardinals on the clock. They need an edge, linebacker, O lineman, safety. Cincinnati Bengals, cornerback DL. Cincinnati Bengals, they need a cornerback, DL, safety, running back. Well, the Colts pick DJ Gittens. All right. Cardinals is on the clock. Cincinnati Bengals need cornerback, DL, safety, running back. All right. Dallas Cowboys guys, Shanar James. Yeah, Bengals is on the clock. Cincinnati Bengals is on the clock. That DJ Grinder pick, that was a good pick. I liked him. I picked him in my mock draft a few times. Yeah, but Shamar James, linebacker, Bengals got old lineman Jalen Rivers. I picked him in the mock draft. Giants is on the clock. Miami Dolphins, cornerback. Miami Dolphins need a cornerback, safety, tight end, linebacker. All right, the pick is in. Giants got offensive tackle Marcus McBow. Dolphins is on the clock. Got my 6 more picks into the Eagles. All right, the pick is in for the Dolphins. Pittsburgh Steelers next. They need a quarterback, O tackle, safety, wide receiver. All right. pick is in. Steelers is on the clock. It was a trade. Steelers traded with Kansas City. Then Kansas City's on the clock. Lord. The pick is in for the Chiefs. Tampa Bay is on the clock. I think we got about like 4 more picks until the Eagles pick. All right, Buccaneers on the clock. Dante Trader, Maryland. That was a solid pick by the Dolphins. Chargers on the clock. All right, pick is in. The Dante Trader from the Dolphins as a safety. Jeffrey Bosa, linebacker, Oregon. Elijah Roberts, Edge, SMU. Green Bay Packers is on the clock, and the pick is in for the Chargers, waiting on the pick. Elijah Riders at SMU. He's a Miami transfer. Impressive. He has impressive skills. I picked him one time in my mock draft. Yeah, I thought we was gonna get like an edge. And I think Howard he reached for that, and that was a big reach. He projected to go 7th round. That was a big reach. I thought we could have probably got him in the 6th round, or got him in the last pick of the 5th. And then Ty Robinson pick, that was a good pick in the 4th. Packers on the board. And the pick is in. Chargers, yeah, pick wide receiver Ken Kendrick Ken Kendra Lambert Smith. He's gonna be a slot corner. I don't see him playing in the outside. Pickens in for Green Bay. 49ers on the clock. Then after that, I think it's the Eagles. Pickens in Green Bay.